can't wait for tomorrow night. It's the Jake Stringer Cup and 6 changes for the Bombers as they prepare to take on GWS Giants. Have a look at this. Elijah Sardis gone down for the Bombers as well. Another soft tissue strain. Can you believe it? A hamstring. And these are the ins for the Bombers. So Perkins, Gresham, Liam McMahon, 198cm key forward, 23 years of age, will make his debut. Vigo Vesentini, Dylan Shield, Matt Guelphy out. Setterfield caddy, Martin, huge out. So Goldstein, Sardis and Hobbs all out. That's carnage. More carnage for the Bombers, and they will take on the Giants, who are just starting to come good. David King, 3 changes. Cornelio Grajewski and McMullen, and they're taking it easy with Jesse Hogan and Josh Kelly as well. You just wonder whether Jake Stringer, he was fantastic on 360 with the boys before. Is he looking to absolutely fill his boots in this one against him?
Well, we saw him floating around him. He had a glint in his eye. I think he'd be keen to put in a good performance. And really, with the Bombers' injury list, they've just got to try and hold on for as long as they can.
How many's he kicked, Jake?
5.
I reckon he points to the coach's box on every one of them.
His teammates will be looking for him, no doubt about that. Righto, Kingy, what's your first crack?
My first crack is the winner's wedge, and that's that half-back flank section of the ground. And if you can't dominate this area of the ground, which we've seen, history shows us that this is an audit of your game. Your ability to win it before the opposition go into their forward 50, so cut them off at the pass and counter-punch into a disorganised opposition. This is post-round 13 of the last few years, and you can see where the absolute pointy end sit. Those guys are one that... Now, Melbourne did it differently.
Big outlier.
Way differently. Way differently. Safe with ball use and a defence contest first team. Richmond, we know, 3-2 there in the back half of the year, but they were 1-1 for the season strong.
That's a big trend.
This is the number one indicator in the game for me. And this is why we talk about ball movement so regularly. And I want to talk about the Lions, because not only are they doing it the best in the competition the last 6 weeks, they're doing it by some margin. It's daylight second. And why is that? And I think largely because of guys like Dane Zorko. And I just want to highlight how he does what he does and why it's so effective. They've never been as aggressive as this. Normally they're a chip, sort of jab. They're looking to throw haymakers. Yeah. They're going left-right combos. They're going straight up the middle. Look at that. In a heartbeat, it's gone. Don't get zorked. That's a zorking at the gap. There's another zorking. Intercept. Where's he going? What's the eyes? Bang. Back to the corridor. You just got zorked. We're up the middle again and gone. So this is why I love what Brisbane are doing. It's all flair. It's all creativity. And they're loving playing this brand of footy. Look at that. Bang. Get yourself free, because we're coming. We're coming straight down the middle. And you can't help but score from these sort of players. Here we go again. Another zorking at Marvel last week. Straight through the guts. Even the big man's getting involved. So everyone knows what's happening. Everyone knows where it's going. So gone are the days of chipping and playing safe footy to defend the game. They're going out, the good teams now, to take the game from you. There's no more hold, it's more bold. And I love watching the best teams in the competition play because of this fact.
He's more Zorro than Zorko with the samurai sword. So opposition teams onto it. Are they putting time and attention into him?
Well, I just want to show you the gaps in the game, right? So a lot of conversation about Geelong. This is a massive flaw for Geelong. 18th in the competition from that winner's wedge at half-back flank. And I want to highlight one player. And I want to ask you whether Tom Stewart is aggressive enough ball in hand. So we just saw getting zorked. Last 6 weeks, top 12 in the competition for ball use. This guy last 6 weeks, 222nd from damage from ball use. And I think it's because of where he's winning the ball. Now, he's a star at winning the ball back. He's had the most intercepts in the competition the last 6 weeks. But everything's retreating. Everything's getting back to the D50 now. If that was Zorko, he's off for a handball receive. And he's staying involved. He's winning more aggressive ball. Ball goes out. Look, this is great in terms of assisting your defensive 50 and stiffening up your back 6. But he's lost all damage. He's just constantly retreating, always going backwards. So this ball here, bang, he should be on his bike looking for the handball receive and charging and using his foot skills. We know he's an elite. Look where he finishes up. Look, how do you maximising Tom Stewart like that? And we're not bagging him. Or Chris Scott. This is the role he's asked to play, and he does it with aplomb. But look at this here, constantly retreating. You'd love to see him at the top of 40 there, maybe even 50, where Guthrie is. He doesn't need to be there. They're already 2-on-2. So he rolls back as the extra, and the game sort of goes on around him. They've lost damage from this guy. So then when he does intercept, Mark, he's not zorking them. Have a look. That there is Zorko, bang, hit, go, run. And we take off. But they are long, hit the contest, it's different. He can hit that target.
He has in the past. We've seen it.
Same thing again here. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Zorko hits that, and you can't help but score. Then no wonder they're doing their boots up at the other end of the ground because they know it's not going straight away. They know it's not happening. So I just wonder whether Chris Scott can set him free, can make Tom great again and release him up another line, allow maybe blitz halves or Guthrie to play that deeper role, because that role for me is an easier role than creating offence from half-back.
Is there any chance with the knee injuries carried?
It does feel like
are
he's
they
lost a bit
protecting
of
him a bit?
So this is the exact same ball that I've just shown you. That one there, and he goes lateral, slows you down. If this is Zorko, it's the exact same ball. It's the exact same target.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So and Zorko just pulls the trigger. So that's what the best are doing, and that's what the rest are doing. So that's the gap in the competition at the moment. So easy to see, hard to change. I get that, Joey, but there's still enough time to challenge a star factor top liner like Tom Stewart in this fashion.
It's great vision, and the thing is, he's done it before. But you're right, Jay. I wonder whether he's just lost a bit of confidence this year. He hasn't been his usual self. But to your point, King, they need him because they don't have the designated kicker off half back. They do it a bit differently, don't they?
They do.
They don't have the. I mean, Humphries has been a good player, but he's lost his kicking. They don't have that elite half back that the top teams do. So he can find it, but it's going to take a bit of work.
So he goes for safe targets, Tom, and I just don't know whether they can survive with safe anymore. And I don't know whether Brisbane are going to challenge the competition to come with. Collingwood play it slightly different, and Chris Scott will say we play it slightly different as well. But I think your trump cards need to stamp the game.
Is Zorko the head of the Brisbane Snake? We talk a lot about McCluggage and Hill, etc. Is he really the man you need to stop?
He's my number one target. McCluggage's probably my number one target, but Zorko is so creative. Let's have a look at the Plain Jane Giants, how they've shifted over the last 6 weeks, and full credit to them. When we spoke about them and said they'll miss the finals, or I said they'll miss the finals, that was what they were doing. From the winner's wedge at half-back, they were boring and they were safe and they were lateral and really almost backwards lateral, and they were getting picked off by the opposition or at least slowed up. But look at them now.
It's a shift. Now
it's a huge shift. Only the Suns go quicker. So they want to take territory, and often it's with leg speed. They're prepared to link and run and charge. So they're taking territory. And whilst it's not super quick in terms of ball speed, it's as quick as they needed to be because everyone stays one-on-one. They trust contest. Their forward line are loving contest, no more than Cadman and Hogan. And you're really not asking others to get super... It doesn't really matter who it is, Joey. Like, this is Finn Callahan. We've showed him 1,000 times. But they're all running. They're all moving. And it really... We put this on the radar a couple of weeks ago and said that Geelong, this will be the fastest game of all time. And they're going to run the ball at them. Well, they're doing it over the last 6 weeks, and it's a huge shift, and they are... It's no secret as to why they've turned their form around.
No, it's great coaching, because no doubt they had identified this, and they'd spoken about Adam Kingsley in press conferences that they'd lost their ball movement from half-back. So they've gone to work on it, they've trained it, and now they're reaping the rewards. And this is what happens why good teams come late in the season, because they correct the issues in their game, they fix parts, and then they launch in finals.
So no one's going longer and no one's going more direct than them.
That's aggressive. The tsunami's back.